There's a lot of they.
Am I a they?
No,
I hope not.
unless you're
Are you
past
they?
the 32nd degree. Plus, you have to be part of their bloodline.
Oh, I'm out.
One of the bloodlines.
You got trash DNA.
Wow.
He said I got trash DNA, bro. What the fuck?
I did that genealogy test, that 23andMe, and they went and they held up the paper like this. They were like, there you go.
See, now that's bothering me. I really want to know, who is they?
I wanted them to admit what they were doing.
Who is they?
He was in the office of the Trilateral Commission, an organization founded in 1973 by David Rockefeller to bring together business and political leaders from the United States, Europe, Japan, so they could work together for better economic and political cooperation between their nations.
And that's what they'd like us to believe. But you see, what they're really up to is a scheme to plant their own loyal members in positions of power in this country, to work to erase national boundaries, create an international community, and in time, bring about a one world government with David Rockefeller calling the shots.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Godspeed Podcast. I am Joseph.
I'm Dan.
And Billy?
That's Tom.
Oh my god, bro. You blew up you blew up the picture of him.
No, I didn't. My assistant, I was like, hey, can you I met him. I was like, hey, can you blow up or can you print out that picture of me and Tom and with the signed bill? And they come back with this.
He's framing that shit and put it in his bedroom.
Oh no, this is definitely getting, dude, there's already some stains on it.
They gotta laminate that thing.
There's already stains on it.
Extra protectant for sure.
Wow. How you guys been?
Empty.
It's hot out here.
It's like 96 right now, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, never mind.
It's hot. Is it hot over there, guys?
Now, so
Joe, you eating?
I would rather be in 110-degree Vegas sun beating down on me with no clouds than be in New York where it's like 100 degrees and fucking muggy and humid as fuck, having mosquitoes get stuck in your sweat and shit.
Yeah,
There's no mosquitoes here.
That's a wet heat over there. I got a dry heat here in Phoenix. They got a wet heat.
New York in the moist heat. Ugh.
Yeah. It's only gonna be 107 here today, so that's cool.
Yeah. Dude, starting on like Tuesday, it's in the 90s.
Oh, good for you.
It's gonna be great.
All right, about the weather, that's fun. What do you got for us today, Joe?
Who are they?
We've been talking about this episode for a year and a half, bro.
Oh.
Who are they?
There's going to be more parts because there's way more that goes.
There's a lot of them?
Yeah.
A lot of they. There's a lot of they.
Am I a they?
No.
I hope not.
Unless you're
Are
past
you
the 32nd degree. Plus, you have to be part of their bloodline.
Oh, I'm out.
One of the bloodlines.
You got trash DNA.
Wow.
He said I got trash DNA, bro. What the fuck?
I did that genealogy test, that 23andMe, and they went and they held up the paper like this. They were like, there you go.
Don't do 23andMe, bro. You're just giving them fucking.
Remember at the state fair when you were a kid, they would make you do fingerprints for the cops? And I'm like, why would we do that? Like, why did we go up and volunteer to do that? In case they found our body. That's the only reason. In case you get killed and we have to identify you.
No,
Anyway,
they're just collecting data, bro.
Yeah.
In case you murder someone in the future, they already have a record of you.
It's in the database.
Yep.
Fuck.
And now, I was just talking about this not too long ago. Now, you don't even have to do 23andMe. If your cousin did it, they can find you.
Good point. Shit.
There's a lot of my family members who did it.
So, Joe, they can find you. When you murder someone, Joe, they will find you. They'll know you did it.
Bro, I'm so peaceful now.
Are you eating food again?
Yes. Fast ended Monday at 18:30.
Did it go by fast?
And actually, this year's fast went by very fast. Last year's fucking
Quick
drag.
question, sorry. Have we talked about the episode you released with your flat Earth debate? Can we talk about that?
Sure, go ahead.
That was my top three. One of my top three favorite episodes. The patience this guy had was
The
so
patience
good.
that guy had?
No, the guy in you. You guys. No, Joe. You
The
got a
dude
little
that talked shit about me the entire fucking episode?
I don't think he was trying to dig at you, but you know what? I think he was.
Hold on. No. Because D said the same thing until he watched it back, and then he texted me and said, I could see what you were saying. Because he didn't have any points at all. All he did was say I'm in a cult, talk about how I don't have fucking, I'm lacking in mental health. All he did was take a shit the whole fucking time. That's why I won't have him back on unless he actually proves to me that he's going to bring some fucking points to a debate, because it wasn't a debate.
He didn't watch a single episode beforehand, right?
Oh, I don't know.
There's no way. Well, he didn't do his research because he seemed like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing when he first came on. I'm like, oh, he doesn't get what this is.
He knew, dude, I'm telling you, he was never a flat earther. I would fucking put my entire bank account on it that he's never been a flat earther. He literally just came on to talk shit. That was it.
How would you find that guy? Did he contact you?
No, I met him at the Woodstock Fruit Festival.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So
You said he had patience?
from now on? Is that our opinion? This guy, I'll say fuck this guy forever.
No, he could come back on for a debate if he actually, before the debate, shows me that he's brought fucking receipts. But he won't, because there's no receipts to bring.
Yeah. Fuck this guy though. Fuck that guy.
He's a cool person to, like, I mean, he was cool to meet and shit, but
No,
I'm
he
kidding.
seemed like a
Yeah,
real
I know,
nice.
I know.
He seemed like a real nice guy. I don't think he was ready for Joe. And I don't know how much. Like, I'm not a flat earther, and I know some of the talking points. This guy was a flat earther supposedly, and knew none of the counter talking points. Like, so it's. But I will say, during the debate, it didn't seem like he was going at Joe. But when I did rewatch it, I could see the constant bringing up of mental health and like
cult.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, I can
The
see
cult
where
thing was weird.
I can see. Well, I don't know. I think flat Earth is a cult myself as well. So I think any. Hold on. I think, but that being said, I think any ideological belief where people join it is a cult. Like, I feel like sports teams are cults. I feel like every single religion is a cult.
They're accepted cults.
So,
but Flat Earth doesn't tell you what to believe. They fucking tell you the information based on fucking the actual mathematics and science.
True, but you also
feeds it into your brain since you were a fucking child, telling you this is what to believe. This is what to believe.
True,
Flat
but
Earth and the globe are completely different.
But I also do believe that there's people out there who take a shit on you for not believing in the same thing, and I feel that's very cult-like behavior.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, he wasn't the patient one. I was the fucking patient one. I didn't call him a globetard. I didn't call him any fucking names. Even at the end, I was like, I even said, I like you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you didn't bring anything. Like, I fucking trounced you, basically. All right, let's get into this episode. I could talk about Flat Earth all day. All right,
you could.
Here's the first video.
We are bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks, and it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no? See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, Gustav Bjornstrand, and he told me that he no longer watches television, he doesn't read newspapers, and he doesn't read magazines. He's completely cut them out of his life because he really does feel that we're living in some Orwellian nightmare now, and that everything that you hear now contributes to turning you into a robot. When I was at Findhorn, I met this extraordinary English tree expert who had devoted his life to saving trees. Just got back from Washington, lobbying to save the redwoods. He's 84 years old. He always travels with a backpack because he never knows where he's going to be tomorrow. And when I met him at Findhorn, he said to me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "New York." He said, "New York, yes, that's a very interesting place. Do you know a lot of New Yorkers who keep talking about the fact that they want to leave but never do?" And I said, "Oh, yes." And he said, "Why do you think they don't leave?" I gave him different banal theories. He said, "Oh, I don't think it's that way at all." He said, "I think that New York is the new model for the new concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing they've built. They've built their own prison, and so they exist in a state of schizophrenia, where they are both guards and prisoners, and as a result, they no longer have, having been lobotomized, the capacity to leave the prison they've made, or to even see it as a prison." And then he went into his pocket and he took out a seed for a tree and he said, "This is a pine tree." He put it in my hand and he said, "Escape before it's too late." See, actually for 2 or 3 years now, Chiquita and I have had this very unpleasant feeling that we really should get out. Of course, the problem is where to go, because it seems quite obvious that the whole world is going in the same direction. See, I think it's quite possible that the 1960s represented the last burst of the human being before he was extinguished, and that this is the beginning of the rest of the future now, that from now on there'll simply be all these robots walking around, feeling nothing, thinking nothing, and there'll be nobody left almost to remind them that there once was a species called a human being, with feelings and thoughts, and that history and memory are right now being erased, and soon nobody will really remember that life existed on the planet.
Oh.
I love that Wallace Shawn made an appearance on this podcast.
What's that?
That's for My Dinner with Andre, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's a good movie.
I might not be able to use that because if copyright says go fuck yourself, we're muting it or whatever. That's the only reason why it would get taken down is if they mute it. So, if you
By the
didn't
way,
see that,
appreciate the subtitles.
I apologize. Yeah, read the subtitles.
No, it's good.
So that wasn't really who are they. That was showing you what's happening to us because of they at the moment. What do you guys think? You agree with what he was saying?
I mean, yeah, I think that's been true since they were building the pyramids. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's always been people in a position of power that are trying to maintain their power, which means creating an environment where there's as little uprising or pushback as possible. But there's a fine line. You have to make enough people comfortable where they think everything's fine, but really it's total shit and it sucks.
Yeah.
I agree.
What say you, D?
Yeah, I can see that being the case. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that being the case. Yeah, I agree.
Rats in a maze.
I mean, we've covered it how many times, right?
Yeah.
Keep us distracted, keep us feeding the ones above us, right?
Yeah. We're gonna go into who the people above us are. Where are you fucking with me?
Meet Oliver Schwab. He is the managing director of the World Economic Forum. His sister, Nicole, is a member of the executive committee for the World Economic Forum. In July of 2021, she said that COVID was a huge opportunity to have their Great Reset.
I see it as a tremendous opportunity to have this great reset and to use this huge flows, of money to use the increased levers that policymakers have today in a way that was not possible before.
Their father, Klaus Schwab, is the founder of the World Economic Forum. 7 years ago, he announced plans to start tracking the entire population and merge everyone with a central machine, what he now calls the Great Reset. The Schwab family is working together with other families because that's how Team Evil works. You can call them the Illuminati if you like, but they have no official name, and they are not illuminated. There is no telling how many family bloodlines are involved, but they keep it in the family for 3 main reasons, and they all have to do with power. First, and most simply, as a way to gain and maintain their fortune. Secondly, is to carry out long-term secret objectives. These families use insurance companies and private trusts to protect their own fortune from the fiat debt-based system that they created, and to generate the kind of money needed for a 100-year plan. The older generation outlawed natural medicine, introduced petrochemical pharmaceutical drugs, and polluted the environment. And now the younger generation is here to fix it with their totalitarian Great Reset. It's a multi-generational plan that works because of family loyalty and also because of the third reason why they keep it in the family: trauma-based mind control. Most victims of the CIA's trauma-based mind control program, MK-Ultra, have come from families with a history of child abuse, because multi-generational child abuse makes a child more susceptible to mind control. And most of the characters we see as world leaders are not only actors on a stage, they are oblivious because they have suffered a lifetime of abuse and mind control. The overwhelming majority of people on Team Evil are not all in on it. They simply do as they are told. They follow orders and they don't ask questions. These families see having children as a means of gaining power and wealth. They see their own children as property, as slaves to do the family's bidding. But perhaps it's more like a cult than a family. Nearly 1 million child orphans were distributed throughout America and the Commonwealth in the late 1800s by an international secret society called the Oddfellows. Delivered primarily by train, many of these orphans were born in private homes owned by the Oddfellows and their offshoot, the Daughters of Rebecca, an all-female Masonic organization that featured symbols of mass breeding and fertility. Philip Eugene de Rothschild says that the Rothschild family alone has produced over 100,000 children in these secret breeding programs. Most of the U.S. presidents during this time were Freemasons. 4 of them were Oddfellows, and at last count, 34 U.S. presidents are directly related to Charlemagne, king of the Franks, who is believed by these Illuminati bloodlines to be of the Merovingian bloodline, a genetic set that they highly value. And Team Evil has always been obsessed with genetics. So it really isn't that strange to point out the similarities between Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro, Angela Merkel and Adolf Hitler's mother, Barbara Bush and Aleister Crowley, or even Obama and Akhenaten. The only way these families and their abused mind control minions are able to control the rest of us is by dividing us. And if we the people could change that, then we could change everything.
It made me laugh when I saw that your package wasn't coming. You had to reschedule it. So,
I think that was I think that's one of those text messages that they sent to scam you. So it's just
okay.
Yeah.
The bloodline thing, I believe, the whole thing about 43 presidents being linked to Charlemagne isn't like, I bet I am. I bet you are linked to Charlemagne at this point in time. I know it's a coincidence, not a coincidence, but it's odd that all the presidents share royal bloodline, but I think it's more so it's just money. And you know what I mean? Like, it's still, I bet that's an obvious thing, I think, where it's like, yeah, if your parents were,
we're getting way
your
deeper
great-grandmother
into the
was royalty. What's that?
We're going to get way more into the president thing. That's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's millions of people on Earth. Not everyone's fucking related. I mean,
not closely.
You know, I think we're all one, but if we're talking about physical reality here,
I agree with that.
But America's only, I mean, how old, right? So obviously, I was having this discussion the other day. America is like real small town, man. It's it's
new
it's
kid on the
very,
block.
yeah, it's very young. It's current America. Yes, I know, Joe. I know your beliefs, but current modern day America is very young. The people who have taken over and or are in charge here, or in control here, are it's relatively new, so it's easy for a lot of them to be related. When you look back at American history, there's like it's not real old, so it makes. I mean, it makes sense, but also just on top of that, the bloodline thing absolutely makes sense. Like, why nepotism's real for a reason. Why wouldn't you want your family to be successful after you're before and after you're gone? Like, I mean, if I had the opportunity to help my family and friends, I mean, I do. I help my family as much as I can. If I was absolutely filthy rich, I would absolutely try to make sure they were filthy rich. I get it. I get it.
For sure.
Okay.
All right, we'll keep I know, I get what you're saying. But it's not just, I don't think it's a high level of nepotism if it is, because they all want power. Every single Hollywood actor that you see that's a big star is part of these bloodlines. They're all Freemasons. Every astronaut is a Freemason. They all wear the rings. Shaquille O'Neal's on NBA Tonight wearing a Freemason ring, and they're asking him about it. Like, he's also MKUltra also.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like the Freemasons were
We're for them.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll wait.
No, you can say what you're going to say.
No, I'll wait because I'm collecting my thoughts on it anyways. So go ahead.
Right. So this is the actual bloodline families that this person's going to go into. So,
behind the veil of everyday life, unseen powers shape our world. Today, we delve into the heart of the Illuminati's power structure, the 13 bloodlines. Imagine a world not as it appears, but as it is directed by unseen forces. This is not a world of fantasy or fiction, but a reality are the 13 bloodlines, a group of families whose lineage is said to hold the keys to global power. These bloodlines, it is said, dictate the course of history from behind the scenes. They are the puppet masters, pulling the strings of world leaders, financial institutions, and even cultural trends. Let's begin with the Astor family, a name that rings bells in the annals of American history. The Astors are said to have amassed their fortune in the fur trade and real estate, and their influence spread across the Atlantic, entwining with European nobility. Rumors suggest that they have been part of the Illuminati since the 1800s, using their wealth to shape world events from behind the scenes. Next, we delve into the Bundy lineage. Not as well known as the Astors, the Bundys have been influential in politics and law. Many believe that their power lies in their ability to manipulate governmental and legal systems. Some even claim that they've held key positions in the notorious Skull and Bones Society, a breeding ground for future leaders and a reputed Illuminati front. Lastly, let's turn to the Collins family. This name might not be as familiar as the others, but don't let that fool you. The Collins family is considered one of the most powerful in the Illuminati hierarchy. They've been associated with the occult and witchcraft, fueling theories that they are the true puppet masters, pulling strings from the shadows. They're the embodiment of the saying, real power resides where no one is looking. DuPont family, esteemed as one of the most influential families in America. The DuPonts trace their lineage back to Pierre Samuel DuPont, a French economist who migrated to the United States in the late 18th century. Over the decades, the DuPonts have built an industrial empire, initially specializing in gunpowder manufacturing before diversifying into chemicals, polymers, and materials science. Some argue that their vast wealth and influence have earned them a seat at the Illuminati's table, shaping global policies from the shadows. Next, we delve into the Freeman family. The Freemans are lesser known but are believed by many to be founding members of the Illuminati. Their roots are obscure, with some suggesting ties to the medieval Knights Templar. Contemporary Freemans have been linked to banking and finance, with whispers of their influence reaching the lofty heights of the Federal Reserve. Intriguingly, their name, Freeman, is synonymous with Freemasons, a secret society often associated with the Illuminati. Finally, we turn to the Kennedys. A name synonymous with power and tragedy, the Kennedy family has left an indelible mark on American politics. The family's patriarch, Joseph Kennedy, built a fortune through savvy investments, and his offspring have wielded significant political power. Conspiracy theorists often point to the tragic and untimely deaths of several Kennedy family members as evidence of their involvement in secret societies. The suggestion is that these were not random events, but rather the consequence of their Illuminati ties. The Lee family, an influential lineage with roots deep in China's history. As one of the oldest dynasties, they've been involved in the country's political and economic affairs for centuries. Rumor has it, their influence extends far beyond China's borders, with alleged ties to the mysterious Illuminati. The Lee family's vast wealth and powerful connections have propelled them to the forefront of global finance, making their potential involvement in the Illuminati schemes not just plausible, but deeply concerning. Next, we delve into the Onassis bloodline. Aristotelius Onassis, the famous Greek shipping magnate, is the most well-known member of this family. With his global empire, Onassis had the resources to influence world events. Conspiracy theorists claim that the Onassis family, with their maritime empire and substantial wealth, are key players in the Illuminati's plans. And remember, Jackie Kennedy's second marriage was to Aristotle Onassis. Was this a mere love story or a strategic move within the Illuminati's chess game? We have the Reynolds family. The Reynolds bloodline is as American as apple pie, with their fortune rooted in the tobacco industry. Their wealth has grown over the years, spreading into various sectors, including banking and media. The family's vast network and formidable influence have led some to believe they are part of the Illuminati's intricate web. The Reynolds family's secretive nature and their wide-reaching influence bear the hallmarks of Illuminati involvement. The Rockefellers, a family synonymous with wealth and power, have left an indelible mark on the world's financial and political landscape. From oil tycoons to philanthropists, their influence is far-reaching, and their connection to the Illuminati, a topic of intense debate. Then there are the Rothschilds. This family, originating from Frankfurt, Germany, rose to prominence in the late 18th century. Their banking empire has since spread across continents, amassing wealth that few can fathom. Their association with the Illuminati is often presented as fact in the annals of conspiracy theory. The Russells, though lesser known, are no less significant. Founders of the notorious Skull and Bones Society at Yale University, their alleged Illuminati links often come to light through this association. Their influence, while not as prominently visible as the Rockefellers or Rothschilds, is whispered in hushed tones amongst those who dare to delve into the world of secret societies. And finally, the 13th bloodline, a mystery unto itself. Its identity remains elusive, shrouded in a thick fog of speculation and theory. Some say it's a bloodline of unparalleled power, overshadowing all others. Others suggest it's a wild card, a family yet to reveal its true influence. Amidst the rumors, one thing remains clear. Its existence continues to fuel the fires of intrigue and speculation. In the world of the Illuminati, nothing is as it seems. These 13 bloodlines are just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg in the vast ocean of hidden power.
So those are the 13 bloodlines. Well, the 13th one she didn't even fucking talk about. But all those names are from other names. So the 13 bloodline list that everyone's so common with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Kennedys, all that, they came from other families, and all their names were fucking changed. Like there's the Orsini family, there's the Columbia family. There's the Collins are the Columbia. There's a guy that'll go back into more of that shit too, but yeah. So anybody saying who are they, and why would they lie, and because they need to keep control, and there would need to be 1,000 people keeping a lie. This is multiple people have said this to me. They couldn't even keep a blowjob from the White House. How are they going to keep all of these secrets?
So retarded. Retarded argument.
Huh?
The most retarded argument.
Thank you.
The most retarded 5-year-old argument.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But they, for one, as you go down the fucking the I guess pyramid of it, the bottom, the very, very bottom is us. And then it goes up from there. And as it goes up from there, the people at the bottom are very heavily brainwashed. I mean, we're all brainwashed. All of us.
I'm not.
Oh.
You're brainwashed.
Fag.
Hag.
What? You say fag?
You're wild. Huh?
And then you got the Kennedy family, which a lot of people think have wiped out of the bloodlines completely because of the shit that JFK was doing. And now you have very few left. of the Kennedys. And then Jackie Kennedy, like they said, married what's his fucking
Jackie Onassis?
Yeah.
Onassis.
Like she went from one bloodline to another.
Mixed it up.
She wants that power, boy.
I'm saying it was probably forced. A forced marriage.
Oh, you think it was yeah, okay. Okay.
I don't think she fell in love with another person from a bloodline. I think they're like, all right, well, bitch, now you got to fucking marry this guy since your other husband tried fucking us.
I mean, no offense, there are worse guys than JFK. Like, I bet she was like, all right. Like,
Well, he was trying to expose, like, there's literally a quote from him saying that he's going to take the CIA and rip it up into 1,000 pieces.
Dude, he's the one that was like, what the fuck is this Northwood shit? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, he was thinking. He goes, I want to fire all of them. And like other guys were like, you can't do that, dude. You're not firing these guys. Like he wanted to like remove them all from their positions. And they were like, nah, you're not doing that. You don't have that much power, bro.
Dude, that's why he was click, clack, bang, bang. All right, so we're going to cut this into two episodes. Are you dead? Did you get chopped by a president with that hatchet?
Oh shit! I didn't see it.
I didn't. I didn't self delete. Just putting that out there.
Good. That's good.
Oh,
All right. So we'll come back next week with the second part to this, and yeah,
Part 2.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
You've reached the offices of the Godspeed Podcast. We are currently closed. Please leave your information and someone will return your call within 24 business days. Thank you.
Every time we are having a conversation, they are mentioned. It's always they, that, and they, this. Who the fuck is they? I really want to know who the fuck they are. Because every time we talk, I mean, just look all over the place. And yeah, they're trying to depopulate the planet Earth. They want to give us vaccines. They, like, who's they? Who the fuck is they? Somebody help me out here.